Hey folks, good Monday morning, afternoon, evening. I am back. We are back from Aspen. Missed you all. I haven't done a Monday market outlook or a sit rep situation report in a while. So let's go. Great time in Aspen. Didn't get HAPE. Almost didn't die, which is always a victory. Great skiing. We got dumped on almost every day. So a lot of powder days. Got to do some snowmobiling. Saw John Wick 4. No spoilers with that. It's definitely a great movie, but it was good. Awesome skiing, but I am back and ready to trade these volatile markets. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, official_Wiz Buckley, and you can check out our pictures and all that good stuff. Hey, before I forget, tomorrow, and it was funny, checking in on support emails and stuff like that, folks. When I say something, I mean it. We got our 50 full throttle slots, and the full throttle training program is closed. Now the only service you can get in for the next couple months is solo Amazon. We call it trading the Death Star. So tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'm going to knock out a free live trade brief. All you need to do to register is head to go.topgunoptions.com/Death Star, right? We're going to get into why Amazon is the Death Star. We just added, we had a great brief. Look at this, 26 grand month to date. Just in one portfolio I manage on one stock, the only stock you need to own and trade for the rest of your life, Amazon, 26 grand. That's in a month, folks. So, but today we looked at legging into an iron condor on Amazon before earnings that are about a month out, and we added some short calls to a long-term bullish synthetic stock position that's up about $400. So I'm going to teach you how to do all of this and to just trade Amazon, and that's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you register even if you can't attend so I can send you the replay. Really appreciate the feedback on my most recent podcast, man. Look at this. It's the blue line up here. Look, it's blown away all my other podcasts. Which one is it? Me taking a flamethrower to the so-called elite. Bill Ackman, the mooch, all the smart money that are using us once again to bail out their bullshit and their stupid risk-taking. It's a disgrace. I'm not even going to rant. Listen to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcast. It's episode 56. Wiz takes a flamethrower to the elite, or you can go on the Top Gun options YouTube page. Make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube page there, and it's episode 56. If you want to see me rant, you can watch the video. If you just want to listen to me rant in traffic or at the gym, you can go ahead and listen to the podcast. Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast. Okay. Let's go ahead and get airborne. A lot going on. Ukraine's going to get worse. Putin the other day announced that he's going to put tactical nukes in Belarus. Not good. China going to take back Taiwan, and Israel, Iran is a train wreck. This is getting worse, folks. The world is a dangerous place, and it is only getting worse, ladies and gentlemen. When I was in Aspen last week, the president unveiled his budget, which is awful. Again, standard Democrat in office. Excuse me, just like Barack Hussein Obama. Well, we're going to leave Iraq and we're going to pivot to the Pacific because China's a threat. Didn't do anything. We left Iraq, came home, and he gutted the military. Remember the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds didn't even fly for a couple years? Remember that? Sequestration. So Barack Hussein Obama lied, shocker, pulled out of Iraq, didn't pivot to China or the Pacific, and now they have fixed aircraft carrier islands all over the Pacific, and China's going to take back Taiwan. But if you're, what's his name? Tim Cook, you love China. Apple's Tim Cook takes stage in China to welcoming applause. Did you see this guy's speech? Folks, the day is coming when LeBron, the NBA, Nike, Apple will have to choose, right? They're going to have to choose between their loving Chinese overlords and America. That day is coming, folks. Be very, very careful. This was a great headline last week when I was in Aspen. This was another Wiz was right headline. Apple, Microsoft dominate U.S. markets after FANG trade fizzles. If you're a current TGO member, you know that this is a Wizism. You ready? When in doubt, run to Ma. M-A. It was MAA. When in doubt, run to Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. If there's any doubt in your portfolio, run to Ma. Not anymore. It's still run to Ma, but it's Microsoft and Amazon. I would not be running to Apple. Ladies and gentlemen, Xi Jinping has ordered the People's Liberation Army to be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027, which means it can happen before that. What do you think is going to happen when, not if, China moves to take Taiwan back? Remember what happened in Ukraine? Oh, Starbucks left, McDonald's left, Russia. Everybody pulled out of Russia, right? What do you think is going to happen when, not if, China invades Taiwan? You think Apple or LeBron or Nike's going to be like, oh, China's bad. Whoa. They're going to have to choose. And it's sad for me sitting here today. I know what they're going to choose, right? They're not American companies, folks. They are Chinese companies. But anyway, you want something to be bearish on out a couple years? Get bearish on Apple. And I know people are yelling at their screen right now. It's the truth. Do you remember at the height of the Trump trade wars with China? Do you remember Tim Cook with his knee pads crawling into the White House to beg Donald Trump? It was the fall of 18, 19, whenever it was. Like, Trump was getting ready to blast another round of sanctions against China. Tim Cook's like, please don't. You're going to ruin Christmas. And he came out like, not going to do it. A good lunch with Tim. I'm going to be nice. And then I forget what China did, and Trump got all pissed, and, we kept fighting. But, folks, this was interesting. This was really interesting. Well, it's not interesting. It's to see Tim Cook over in China just on his knees again. I am thrilled to be back in China. It means the world to me, and I feel really privileged to be here. Let me clean up this sentence. It means the world to me to be here. I feel really privileged to be here in a country where I use slave labor to make iPhones. And they have suicide nets around the dormitories of the employees, quote unquote, that make my products. You can't jump to your death. Google this. If you didn't know this, Google suicide nets, Apple, China. Let me know what you find. It's a disgrace. This company, he's awful. He's your typical limousine liberal. Do you remember years ago when that San Bernardino terrorist, that radical Islamic terrorist, was shooting people? And the FBI is like, dude, open this guy's iPhone. We need to see other targets and who he's talking to and other potential terrorists. Tim Cook. No. Apple believes in the privacy of our customers. China? Hey, we need you to put all this tracking shit on the phones. Yes, sir, my Chinese overlords. I can't stand these people, these limousine liberals. They make my skin crawl. But when I was in Aspen, it was awesome checking in every once in a while, seeing Bill Ackman and all the smart money screaming again at the top of their lungs that we're all going to die. No, we're not, man. The sun will rise tomorrow. But again, all these failed Wall Street people, they privatize their profits and they socialize their risk. They make a shitload of money and don't share it with you. But when they lose money or there's risk of them losing money, they run to us. They run to Uncle Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, it ain't capitalism if Uncle Sam has to keep bailing you out. So Janet Yellen last week, fail. Jerome Powell, fail. Joe Biden, fail. Things need to be able to fail. Capitalism without failure is Christianity without hell. This is a disgrace. Do not tell me if this was some Midwest bank that was helping farmers, they'd bail it out. It's a bunch of limousine liberals in Silicon Valley who donate to the Democrats, period. That's who got rescued, and you paid for it, and I paid for it. Well, how? Through higher bank fees. But anyway, folks, we're going to talk about Amazon tomorrow. A lot going on with Amazon, especially after and it's funny because people are like, well, Andy Jassy's the CEO now, and things aren't going too well. Do you know when that decision was made? I can tell you the exact day Jeff Bezos decided, yeah, I'm not the CEO anymore, or I don't want to be. It was like in 2020 or whenever those hearings were, right? It was like Zuckerberg, Bezos, the Google CEO, and they got destroyed. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually felt bad for Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg and the Google dude. They were getting excoriated, and Jack Dorsey. It was all the heads of the five families, and Congress was ripping them a new one. I could see it in Bezos' face. He was like, I'm done. Do you think he still doesn't run Amazon? Come on, folks. Pull this leg and it plays jingle bells. He's absolutely still the commanding officer. He just has Andy Jassy to be the fall guy. But I'm rambling. I'm gonna teach you how to do all of this. We have a long-term bullish position on Amazon. I'm going to show you how I built that. We have a short-term neutral. I'm trying to get into a pre-earnings iron condor. I got filled on the bull put spread. I still have the bear call spread working here. Remember, an iron condor is a range-bound trade. So earnings are estimated for Amazon to be a month out from now, around my beautiful bride's birthday, around April 27th. And I think we're going to jump into a range here. And we're going to start channeling going into earnings. All right, so make sure you join me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for trading the Death Star. Go.topgunoptions.com/Death Star, and you can register for free to attend, or throw your registration in there so I can get you access to the replay. Again, go check out episode 56 on the Max Afterburner podcast, or go to the Top Gun Options YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, and you can hear me rant a little bit more about the failure of capitalism. The country's just kind of slowly ending, folks. It's our founding fathers would be mortified about what's going on right now. It's just an absolute disgrace. From remember years ago under Donald Trump? I can't stand Donald Trump, folks. Now, looking at what was sitting on a chairlift last week and seeing him and what was going on with the New York prosecutor, I don't even want to get into it. But remember under Donald Trump, folks, he wanted $5 billion to secure our southern border. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, their faces melted off. We don't have $5 billion to secure the borders of our own country. What are we up to right now in Ukraine? $150 billion or whatever? Are you in? I'm about to get on another rant, but it's a disgrace. Billions and tens, billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to a war on the other side of the planet, and we can't even take care of our veterans here at home. It's a disgrace. Let's end on a high note. I'm going to show you how you can potentially profit on the stupidity of others tomorrow in our solo Amazon brief at 1 o'clock Eastern. Go.topgunoptions.com/Death Star. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Fights on. Namaste and Basi. I'll see you tomorrow.